What's going on, everybody? I hope you've enjoyed your Friday night so far. This is NYG Jeffy T 85 here, and I'm bringing you the BKN Game Recap for the Brooklyn Nets as they took on the New Orleans Pelicans tonight in a very, very competitive game from start to finish. At one point, the Nets were trailing by as much as 13 in the third quarter. The Nets were trailing by as much as 13 in the third quarter. They were actually down by 11 at the half. But the Nets were able to come back in the second half and try to regain that deficit that they had going into the fourth quarter. The Nets actually led by 3 in the fourth quarter. In the most part, the Nets were struggling big time shooting from the court. They really were. The Nets were struggling so badly for shooting by the court. They really were. But before I go into details, I want to thank everybody that was supporting me during this live stream of the game tonight. Thank you all that was there to support me for the Brooklyn Nets and New Orleans Pelicans live stream tonight. I appreciate all the love you guys gave me. I appreciate all the support. You guys were excellent throughout the entire live stream, and thank you so much. And remember, there's going to be more of these Nets live streams on the way, so be on the lookout for when the next Brooklyn Nets live stream will be dropping next. But in terms of the Nets tonight, the Nets, it was the tale of a couple of halves, pretty much. The tale of a couple of halves. The Brooklyn Nets had themselves a very, very rough first half. They couldn't shoot the ball well at all. The Pelicans were knocking down three-point shots left and right. At one point, the Pelicans were shooting 57% from the three-point line. 57%. They were knocking down their threes consistently. At one point, I believe they were 15. I think they were like 15 of 22 at one point in this game. They were also shooting about 49% from the field. The Nets were actually still shooting the basketball pretty well, but they were struggling from the three-point line in the first half. Nicolas Claxton, he had no points in the first half. 0. He was in foul trouble. He had about maybe 2 rebounds in the game. He still had 3 block shots. Claxton was pretty much a non-factor in that first half. He pretty much was on the bench for the most part. Joe Harris didn't really give them many contributions. Watanabe played some hard minutes out there. Curry was effective in the beginning of the game, but really tailed off towards the end. Kevin Durant was the anchor of this basketball team. And Durant didn't even shoot that great tonight. Durant only shot 9 of 26. He really struggled in the fourth quarter for the Brooklyn Nets. He really was having trouble hitting his shots in the fourth quarter after he really carried this basketball team throughout the first half. Durant did have a double-double in this game. He had 33 points in 38 minutes, 9 of 26 from the field, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. He had 10 rebounds as well with 3 assists. He did turn the ball over 4 times, and he had 2 block shots, though. Also, Royce O'Neal, who was shooting the ball very poorly in the first half. O'Neal was a big, big part in the second half, especially in that third quarter. O'Neal really started to pick it up on the offensive end. In 36 minutes, he scored 14 points. He had a couple of big three-point shots from the outside to put the Nets back up by at least 2 points in that game. He was 5 of 8 from the field, 4 of 7 from the three-point line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 block shots. O'Neal, the defense was shaky for some parts in this game. It was. But O'Neal locked down towards the end, and he really did a good job, even though he also had 3 personal fouls in this game. He had 14 points. Kyrie Irving, like I mentioned on the live stream, Irving had 19 points in this game in 38 minutes. He was 7 of 22 from the field, 3 of 10 from the three-point line. He had 5 rebounds and 5 assists with 2 turnovers and 3 personal fouls with the block shot. Irving, you would look at the 19 points and you would think that this guy, you know, in the first half, you're like, how the hell did he get to 19 points? Irving struggled so mightily from the three-point line. His shot was really off in the pretty much the first 3 quarters. He had 9 points through the first 3 quarters. 9 points. He shot 5 of 17 from the field. But he really picked it up in the second half, including hitting a monster 3-point shot from the top of the key, probably about 35, 36 feet out, and put the Nets up by 6 with 43.3 seconds left to go in this game. That was a monster shot by Kyrie. Big players hit big shots in big moments. That's exactly what Kyrie did. Ben Simmons had a quiet, good game. In 34 minutes, he had 6 points, but he did have 3 steals in this game with a block shot. He did have 4 personal fouls, which is the most by any player on the Nets. Nets committed a lot of personal fouls again. What else is new? But he had 10 assists. He was distributing the basketball very well. He was 3 of 6 from the field. Simmons was playing a little bit more aggressive in the first half, but I guess foul trouble really tailed him off a little bit in the second half overall. And Nicolas Claxton, like I mentioned, he was in foul trouble throughout the entire first half of that game. But Claxton, he did not even commit a foul at all in the second half. He added 2 more block shots in that second half. He had 9 rebounds. He had a couple of monster putback plays. He had 9 points and 9 rebounds with 4 assists. He had 1 steal and 5 block shots, 4 from the field. Claxton was a monster in the middle of the court when we needed him to be on the defensive end with some big block shots and some big putbacks. Claxton, that is what Nicolas Claxton does. I still was not happy with the team in terms of rebounding. I think they still need to do a better job cleaning up the boards because I saw too many times where the Pelicans were getting some loose ball rebounds and getting some putbacks right in the middle of the basket. In terms of the bench, T.J. Warren, who was a question to even play in this game. 15 points, 24 minutes. 5 of 8 from the field, including a big block shot towards the end on a driving C.J. McCollum. He had 3 personal fouls, though, with 1 rebound. He was 1 of 2 from the 3-point line. Warren, once again, instant offense off the bench in 24 minutes. Seth Curry also made a couple of 3-point shots, though he struggled a little bit from the field. 16 minutes, he had 8 points in the game, 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. He also had 2 assists and 1 rebound. Yuta Watanabe, 9 minutes, 3 points, 1 of 1 from the field. He shot only once in this game, and that was pretty much the only stats on his line. And then Joe Harris, he played in 14 minutes. He only had 1 shot in the field. He missed that. He had 1 point on the game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have a block shot and 3 personal fouls with 1 turnover. Harris is just not playing well at all. So, the Nets had 43 rebounds in this game with 26 assists. They had 8 steals. They had 12 block shots. 12 block shots. 6 players had at least 1 block shot in this game. 3 players had at least 2 or more block shots in this game. Pelicans did out-rebound the Nets by 6 rebounds, 51 to 45. 8 rebounds. Like I said, Nets need to clean up on the glass, but the Nets did out-assist the Pelicans by 10, 26 to 16. This was a good win by the Nets. And like I said, when you needed clutch players to step up their games, they did. Claxton stepped up his game in the second half. Durant stepped up his game in the second half. Irving with some monster shots. Warren hitting some shots. O'Neal playing well. Simmons distributing the ball. And the Nets end up getting this victory tonight. And they are now 26-13 on the season. And they get ready to face the Miami Heat on Sunday in Miami. So that is your BKN game recap. The Nets win this game 108-102 over the New Orleans Pelicans to get back on the winning ways. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, chatter, and game recaps surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short they'll be dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And let me know in the comment section what you think about this Brooklyn Nets win. After being down by as many as 13 in the third quarter, the Nets fight back and pull off this victory against the New Orleans Pelicans and are back on the winning ways. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take it easy, and as always, as we close these out, let's go Brooklyn Nets. It's a Nets world, and guess what? We are all just living in it.